My wife said that she would do anything for me, and I never realized what she meant until I saw it. When I married Claire 2 years ago, I thought I knew everything about her. She was this sweet nurse who worked night shifts at the hospital and always worried about everyone but herself. She'd bring home extra snacks for me, remember weird stuff like how I liked my coffee, and even learned how to play my favorite video games just so we could hang out together. But I had no clue how far she'd actually go for me until my older brother Josh moved in with us last month. Josh is basically the opposite of me. He's loud, messy, and has zero filter. He got kicked out of his apartment for not paying rent and begged me to let him crash on our couch for a few weeks. Claire wasn't thrilled but agreed because she knew I felt bad for him. The first week was annoying but manageable. Josh would leave his dirty dishes everywhere, hog the TV, and eat all our food without replacing it. Claire would clean up after him without saying anything, but I could tell she was getting frustrated. Then Josh started getting weird with Claire. He'd make comments about how she looked in her scrubs, ask her personal questions about her work, and even tried to follow her into the kitchen when she was cooking. I told him to back off multiple times, but he just laughed it off and said I was being paranoid. Things got really bad last Tuesday. I came home from work early and heard yelling from the living room. Josh was standing way too close to Claire, who was pressed against the wall looking terrified. He was saying something about how she should be nicer to him since he was family now. I lost it and got between them, but Josh just smirked and said Claire was overreacting. He claimed he was just trying to be friendly and that I needed to chill out, but I could see how shaken up Claire was. That night, Claire was quiet during dinner. When I asked if she was okay, she just nodded and said she could handle Josh, but her hands were shaking when she said it. The next morning, I woke up to Claire making pancakes like nothing happened. Josh stumbled out of the living room around noon, grabbed a plate, and started eating, but after just a few bites, he stopped and made this weird face. "These taste funny," he said, poking at the pancakes with his fork. Claire smiled sweetly and said, "Oh, I used a new recipe. Do you want me to make you something else?" Josh shrugged and kept eating. About 20 minutes later, he suddenly ran to the bathroom. I could hear him throwing up and groaning. He spent the rest of the day either in bed or in the bathroom, claiming he had food poisoning. The same thing happened the next day, and the day after that. Josh kept getting sick every time he ate Claire's cooking, but I was totally fine. He started accusing Claire of poisoning him, but she'd just act confused and offer to take him to the doctor. By Friday, Josh was so weak he could barely get off the couch. He kept saying Claire was trying to kill him, but it sounded crazy. I mean, she was a nurse. She helped people, not hurt them. Then Saturday morning, I got up early to grab some coffee and saw Claire in the kitchen. She had a small bottle in her hand and was putting drops of something into a bowl of pancake batter. When she saw me watching, she froze. "What's that?" I asked, pointing to the bottle. Claire's face went completely red. She set the bottle down and wouldn't look at me. It's Ipecac syrup from the hospital." "What's Ipecac syrup?" "It makes people throw up. We use it sometimes for poisoning cases." Her voice was barely a whisper. I stared at her for a long moment, trying to process what she was telling me. "You've been making Josh sick on purpose?" She finally looked up at me, and there were tears in her eyes. "He was scaring me, and you tried talking to him, but he wouldn't stop. I thought if he felt awful every day, maybe he'd want to leave sooner. I didn't know what to say." Part of me was shocked that my sweet wife had been essentially poisoning my brother, but another part of me was kind of impressed that she'd found a way to deal with Josh without causing a huge family drama. Josh moved out that weekend, claiming our house was cursed or something. He still doesn't know what really happened, and Claire made me promise never to tell him.